Today's tip is about 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's. Hi, it's me, Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned. Today we're going to talk about 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's. And I got this off the Alzheimer's Association website, and you can go and look for more information there at alz.org. So the first one is memory loss that disrupts daily life. Now, we're not talking about I can't find my keys right this moment, but memory loss where I don't know which room is the bathroom. Number 2, challenges in planning or solving problems. Somebody that was always able to figure something out or put something together and know where things belong, all of a sudden they don't know. All of a sudden they'll be taking something like a toothbrush and putting it into the refrigerator, or their car keys into the refrigerator. So that's another sign. Difficulty completing familiar tasks. It could even be as simple as putting their socks on. All of a sudden they don't realize exactly how to do that. Confusion with time or place. I can't tell you how many times a caregiver comes and tells me, I was with my husband somewhere and all of a sudden he said, where are we going? They're in a different state. Or are we going to have dinner here where it has nothing to do with what they're doing? But they lose their sense of time and their sense of space. Also, trouble understanding visual images. If they can't see something clearly, because a lot of times their vision will be impaired too. So all of a sudden, if you'll see they're driving and they're not making good judgments, they can't see clearly. If all of a sudden they're getting closer to the television because they can't see clearly. Think about those. New problems with speaking or writing. All of a sudden they'll just stop in a conversation because they can't find the words. A person who was always ready to pay their bills and knew how to do it all of a sudden really can't write out a check. Those are things to look for. Misplacing things and losing the ability to retrace steps. So that's where the difference is between forgetfulness, aging, and Alzheimer's. Because if I forget something as I come downstairs, I can go back upstairs and probably remember what it was. A person that has Alzheimer's is not able to do that. Withdrawal from work or social activities. And I'll tell you, those people at work will be one of the first people to tell you that they see some differences. They may not say anything because they don't want to be hurtful or honest because they don't know what it is. But if you see some changes, talk to their coworkers if they're still working. If all of a sudden they don't want to go out anymore, they don't want to socialize with friends. Well, maybe because when they go out with friends, they can't understand what they're saying or they can't follow the conversation. So think about that. And last but not least, changes in mood and personality. One of my caregivers said she was the sweetest mom in the world. She was always sweet. And then all of a sudden she started getting nasty. She started saying mean things to me like she never would ever say before. And I couldn't figure out what it was. I finally found out after a diagnosis that she had Alzheimer's. That's something else. It's not just like, oh, they're getting old, they're starting to get cranky. That is with some people, but not with everybody. With other people, it may be because they have Alzheimer's. Go for a memory screening because the sooner you know, the better you can do. Tune in next week for another tip brought to you by Arden Courts, where all they do is memory care. And have a delicious day.